At it again, and we've got to talk about the Democrat Party and Joe Biden today because, ladies and gentlemen, we caught them. There has been speculation that the support that we see online for Joe Biden is fake and that they are paid actors. Now, there have been a couple gentlemen that actually have been called out online. We're going to dive into them first, but then we're going to get into something else because there was another influencer that just exposed the Biden administration. Like, share, comment, and hit that subscribe button if you are new. And some of you guys may have heard of these first two individuals. One of them, I can't remember the second guy's name, but the first one's, or the main one, his name is Harry Sisson. He is an influencer, right, on TikTok. Has a lot of followers, almost 700,000. I think over 700,000 at this point, followers. And he always pushes out pro-Biden content. And he's always said that he wasn't paid by the Biden administration. Well, like I said, we caught him. Let's dive in.
We all know this kid, right? And how about this one? Well, as many of us have suspected for a long time, looks like those two are partisan hacks bought and paid for by the DNC to the tune of around $210,000. If you check their bios, both of them are managed by a company called Palette Media. And you might think, well, why is that important? Because Palette Media received direct payments by the DNC totaling $210,000. Apparently, the DNC didn't want to make direct payments. By the way, all of this is publicly available on the FEC website, so they don't want to make direct payments exposing Harry and his goons. So instead, they get a little creative with their accounting. First, they send the money to Palette, which then manages their talents like Harry. Now, none of this should surprise anyone because it's public knowledge that Biden started an army of social media influencers. But I guess they didn't want you to know who.
And it's always funny when, leftists get on here and accuse me of being a paid actor. And it's like, okay, do your research. You will find I'm not getting paid anything from Trump or Republicans. Nothing. Or any secondary organization. I'm not getting paid any type of money. Zero. I wish I was. Make no mistake about it. This guy is getting 200,000. Hand that over. Please. ASAP. All right. I need that. That's it's just foolish, man. But like I said, I wish I was getting paid. I sure do wish, Republicans hit me up and they were like, hey, we see the type of content you're putting out. We would love to pay you. Here's a check. Thank you. You know what I'm saying? Anyway.
So some MAGA trolls have been claiming that I'm a shill paid for by the...
Look, dude, we can all check the FEC records that shows your talent management companies being paid by the DNC for your influencer psyop to get Gen Z to vote Democrat. But here's the thing, it's very easy for Harry to lie about this stuff on TikTok, but on Twitter it's a whole other story. Community Notes, which is a thing that Elon brought to Twitter that allows users to add context to tweets, is truly one of the greatest things that's ever been created. So people added this community note to Harry's tweet talking about how his management company is being paid by the DNC. And then Harry tweeted this, and they added it again. And then he tweeted this, and then they added it again. I can't tell what's better in this case, the community note or the ratio.
Oh, man, you gotta love it. Getting caught red-handed. Hold on now. It is a wonderful thing. Now, keep in mind, and we're going to get into the meat and potatoes here in just a second. Just 1 second, because there's another influencer that exposed them as well. But I do want to show you guys this clip because these are the same gentlemen that said this.
It's bad, right? And I really want to be that person that reaches the other side because Democrats, they're horrible at their jobs, right? They do a lot of shitty things, although I'll vote for them all the time. But it's also hard in the space to criticize them.
That's a good, can we clip that quote? They're horrible
please
at their
don't.
jobs and do shitty things.
Please don't clip that.
Them.
Please, no, please.
Yeah. Your ears didn't deceive you, okay? I'll run it back.
Be that person that reaches the other side because Democrats, they're horrible at their jobs, right? They do a lot of shitty things, although I'll vote for them all the time. But it's also hard in the space to criticize
That's a
them.
good. Can we?
Democrats, they're horrible at their jobs. But notice what he said after that. He said, but it's hard in this space to criticize them. And then he got cut off by the other guy. So yeah, same guys. And you aren't getting paid? Most definitely getting paid. Allegedly, of course, allegedly. Now, let's get into this clip. This is a clip of how can I say this? Another TikToker who happens to, do some things online, possibly sell some pics, some videos, you know what I mean? The only, alleged, she's on the only site, the only fit. Yeah. Anyway, she was in this interview and she had this to say about Joe Biden and Democrats.
So you were in school. You were still in college when you started as a TikTok person, right? Or you started OnlyFans when you were in school too?
No, I started TikTok like the spring semester of my senior year, and I was like, fuck, I finally have to start applying for law school. And then like, female privilege, life is so easy for a, woman. Obviously, I lucked out. I'm just kidding. I lucked out. And then, TikTok was basically full time for me. I think I was taking ads by the time I graduated college from like the Biden administration and Planned Parenthood and like dating apps and stuff. So it was like fully financially, sustaining
So you were
me.
getting the Biden administration was buying ads from you?
Yeah, I was doing full on political propaganda.
And they would just, really? With like what kind of, like Biden created 10 million jobs this year?
Yeah, honestly. And the funny thing is they're like, do not disclose this is an ad because, they're like, technically it's not a product. So you don't have to disclose it's an ad. Because I think they just wanted like some edgy girl of color to just tell people like when they nominated like Ketanji Brown Jackson, they're like, can you say like as a person of color, that you feel reflected? And it's like a white woman emailing this to me and she's like giving me this script and I'm like, no. And she's like, please. And I'm like, no, I'll like talk about the news of it, but I'm not gonna be like, I'm not gonna have a white person tell me to be like, this is how I feel as a person of color. Like it's just so, I think that black-pilled me slightly on like, political propaganda
So
stuff.
the Biden administration sees, here's this young,
yeah, I mean they use like a conduit. It's not like, you know what I mean? It's not Biden, but it's like
Biden.
It's like a third party. You know what I mean? It's like a media company that's doing it on his behalf. I'm not blaming him for this.
Yeah. And the message is like, because you're a dark-skinned woman, you will be inspired by Ketanji Brown Jackson and all the kids should support her.
Yeah, they're like basically as like another black person, just say that like you feel reflected by Ketanji. I'm like, no, I'll talk about like Ketanji's background and her accomplishments, but like I never, you know what I mean? Like I'm not gonna say like the corny stuff. Even if it was a brown person emailing it to me, I'm like, no, that's not like how I feel. Like I don't look at like Ketanji and feel like, wow.
Yeah.
We have officially stooped to the lowest of low, where you have the Biden administration paying people to act like they support them in order to convince people to actually support them. Wow. How sad. How sad. Why not just be good at your job? Right? I feel like that shouldn't be complicated. Just do your job well and you wouldn't have to pay people in order to act like and fake like they support you in order to get actual people to support like that. Just do a good job and people will support you. But of course, that's too much to ask of Democrats and Joe Biden. That's way too much to ask. But, we shouldn't be surprised, ladies and gentlemen. We should not be surprised. The entire Biden administration, I believe, is an act. It is a show. That's all. It's a show. All of this stuff that you see is scripted. And listen, I don't just say stuff out the side of my neck without providing you some clips, okay? Y'all know I come on, you know me. So you guys remember when Joe Biden visited the what was that called? Wawa? That video that came out, what was that, last week, I believe it was? I believe it was last week. Because it was right after, I believe, Trump had visited somewhere. And I made a video on it because I felt like he was trying to copy Trump and it didn't go well. Well, Here's a behind the scenes look at what was going on before he arrived. Tell me what you notice.
So next year. No, I know. And again, it doesn't matter who. David? David. No, that's fine. You're going to do the hand. All right. David, he's going to give you a tip, so just take it. Yeah. And what you got her. You got it. All right. Of course. Regular, whatever you know.
I think she might bring me a yogurt. Taxi, give me a yogurt. Doesn't matter which one.
Hey, hello, sir. How you doing today? Good. How you doing, man?
Did you hear it? I know it was a long video, and it was a little hard to hear. I'll try to turn it up a little bit when I edit this video so you can hear the audio a bit better. But as I'm listening to it, the audio is a bit low. But at one point in time, you know, as they're going back and forth, they're talking. And he's talking to the cashier. He says, David, he's going to hand you a tip at this point. And I want you to look, just listen. I'm going to run it back. Like, this whole thing was like staged. Listen.
You're going to do the hand. All right. David, he's going to give you a tip, so just take it. Yeah. And what you got her. You got it.
He's going to give you a tip too, David. Just take it. Oh, man. We got these guys on camera staging. I mean, just staging everything. Setting the whole scenery right. Making sure the guy's in the right spot. Letting him know what Biden's going to do when he gets there. Come on. Come on. And now they're paying folks to act like they support them. Goodness gracious. Wow. How sad. How sad. Share this video. Share this video with your Democrat family members. They need to see this. All Biden support is fake. These famous folks that you see that come out, oh yeah, Joe Biden. Bro, it's a lie. It's crap. It's BS. It's fake. They're probably paid. These folks were paid, right? The chick admitted it herself. Right now, technically, it wasn't the Biden administration, but in the case of Harry Sisson, you can see the DNC sent money to their management company, which their management company is paying them. So we know how this works, right? We know how this works. It's the same thing that they were trying to do with social media. Oh, we aren't censoring speech. It's social media that's censoring speech. But we know that they were talking to the social media networks and companies to let them know what they should have been censoring. So are they really not censoring speech? They are. They're just trying to create like this layer of obscurity so that nobody can say that they technically did it. These folks, man, they are some slithery snakes, man. Oh, well, we didn't pay the influencers. We didn't pay anybody. Yeah, but you sent money to the influencers management company, and we know where that money went then from there. So they're not fooling anybody. Anyway, y'all let me know what you thought about this one in the comment section below. Like, share, comment, hit that subscribe button before you go. Peace and love. I'm out.